I've liked Jack from high school all the way into college. After we lost the game, his teammates joked that I should go seduce the other team's star. I looked at Jack, who was nodding along, and smiled. All right, I'll give it a shot. I picked up a bottle of water and handed it to the best player on the opposing team. Later, the guy I'd given water to absolutely torched Jack's team. In the dorm, Jessica finished her makeup, came over, and asked, "Isabel, aren't you heading out?" "Heading where?" I was confused. Jessica put on a show of surprise. "No way Jack didn't tell you the team has a scrimmage tonight?" Everyone in the room glanced over at the same time. It wasn't for any special reason. Jack was handsome, got great grades, and captained the basketball team, so girls loved him. Why should he tell me? I pretended not to care. Jessica teased, "Aren't you too tight?" I figured he'd definitely ask you to come watch. Tight? Sure, kind of. Our families were neighbors, and we went to the same middle and high school. I confessed to Jack in high school, and he said, "Isabel, I don't date in high school. Let's talk in college." I did wait, and we both got into a university, but nothing between us moved forward. In college, just like in high school, Jack was always surrounded by pretty girls. He still didn't date, though insisted they were just friends. Eventually I got it. I was just one more girlfriend in the crowd. Seeing me go quiet, Jessica grinned. "Today our department's got a friendly against engineering. Isabel, come with me to watch." I had a refusal on my lips, but couldn't make it come out. Because of Jack, I still wanted to go. At the court, one of his teammates recognized me. "Lou, your little fangirl's back." Jack looked over. "What are you doing here?" My stomach dropped. Am I that unwelcome? Jessica stepped up fast. "Jack, I asked her to come with me. You only invited one girl, and I didn't want to be bored." Her syrupy tone made their relationship sound like more than friends. She was invited. I was the tag-along. We sat in the front row, and the game started quickly. Jessica yelled Jack's name, cheering like crazy. Jack glanced over at our seats several times. Jessica leaned in, worried. "Jack keeps looking at me. I'm afraid it'll mess up his game." I rolled my eyes inwardly. She really didn't need to worry, Jack. Couldn't find his rhythm at all. Engineering was too strong. Their teamwork and shooting percentage were miles better than ours. Halftime. Jessica rushed up with water. Of course, she only handed it to one person. Jack took her bottle and drank. But right before he took it, he glanced at me again. A few guys on the team started talking about the other side. "Their number 7 is a beast, Jason, right? He's single," I heard. "We've got plenty of pretty girls in our department set him up. And maybe he'll take it easy on us next time." Haha. Someone noticed me and suggested, "Let Isabel do it." The speaker got smacked. "Are you dumb? Don't you know Isabel likes Lou? Even better, she'll be in their camp, but on our side at heart. Once he's got a girlfriend, he won't have that much energy on the court, ha ha ha." They joked about me without restraint, even getting crude. Jack stood by and said nothing. Jessica asked him on purpose, "Jack, what do you think of that idea?" Jack didn't care. Sounds good." Hearing his answer, my anger suddenly strangely melted away. I smiled. "Sure, I'll try. I happen to think he looks great out there." Jack's face shifted. I grabbed a bottle of water and headed for the other bench. Jason was sitting, chatting, and laughing with his teammates. I tapped his back lightly with the bottle. "Hey, want some water?" The guys turned at the noise and looked at me. My face warmed. Up close. Wow. No wonder he looked good on the court. He was good looking, period. "Here we go. Another one, Jason. Time to turn her." His teammates started to say, then stopped, eyes going wide. Jason's mouth curved. He lifted his hand to take the bottle. Our fingers brushed hot and I jerked back. "Thanks," he said, smiling at me. "You're welcome." I turned to go. A lazy drawl came from behind me. "What? You bring me water and then go cheer for other guys?" I froze mid-step. The buzzer sounded halftime was over. "Come on, sit here." Jason checked in, leaving his seat open. The guy beside it waved me over. I'm Tony. What's your name? You're not in our department, right? You're the first person whose water Jason's actually taken. The first? Thank the heavens I wasn't about to get rejected on top of everything. Tony fired off questions one after another. I couldn't answer as fast as he asked. Doesn't he get tired? I pointed at Jason. He'd played 3 straight quarters without a sub. Jason? He's got crazy stamina. He'll finish all 4 and then go run a kilometer on the track. No sooner had he bragged about Jason's stamina than Jason came over. You sub in for the 4th. Tony's face fell. Jason, I'm tired. You look fine to me. Your mouth's been running non-stop. Go. Sweat had soaked Jason's fringe. He raked a hand through it, grabbed the towel by his seat, and dropped down beside me. What were you two talking about that had you laughing like that? I blinked. He noticed that while playing? Your eyesight's pretty good, I said, genuinely impressed. Of course. Jason's grin tilted, a touch smug. How else would my shots be that accurate? The result was never in doubt. When Jack's team came over to shake hands, his face was thunderous. He looked past them at me. Aren't you heading back? Think that seat looks good on you? I pouted and explained to Jason. I've got friends over there. I'm heading back. The moment I reached Jessica, she asked eagerly, Isabel, you and Jason knew each other before? Just met. See? Isabel's always popular with guys. I could never compete. She said it loudly on purpose so everyone could hear. Jack suggested grabbing late-night food. Jessica looked at me, troubled. Isabel, I'll go eat with them then. You head back by yourself. Oh, I nodded. You're coming too, Jack said to me, in a tone that brooked no argument. Jessica's face changed. Back then, if Jack had asked me to grab late-night food, I would have been over the moon. But tonight, I really didn't feel like watching him flirt with other girls anymore. I shook my head. No, I'm tired. Jack acted like he didn't hear me, pressing. Didn't you always want to try XXX? I had sent him that place when it first opened. I'd wanted him to go with me, but he was always too busy, saving his time for his new friends. I met his eyes and said firmly, It's been too long. I don't want it anymore. After washing up, I lay in bed, scrolling through moments, and saw Jack's post from 5 minutes ago. Lost the game, but won you. The photo was of him and Jessica. My finger froze on the screen. For years, every time I saw other girls around Jack, I'd feel sad. But actually seeing him with someone else, weirdly, I felt free. Good. As his friend, I should bless him. Babies, come eat. Jessica came back, carrying 2 bags. This place is really good. I thought I'd bring some for you guys, to try Jack's treat. Our other 2 roommates happily crowded over. Jack really treats you differently. I just saw his post. Are you 2 official now? One of them even glanced at me. Yeah, guess you caught us. Jessica giggled, covering her mouth. When I stayed quiet, she walked to my bed. Isabel, aren't you gonna have some? Thanks, but I already brushed my teeth. Jessica sighed in mock regret. What a shame. I bought this especially. My phone buzzed, it was Jack. I had them bring something for you. Did you eat yet? Jack was always like this. When he turned me down in high school, the next day he brought me my favorite breakfast, saying he bought it just for me. At the school arts competition, he gave flowers to other girls, but after it ended, he waited to walk me home. He once ditched me for a trip with classmates, one of them being the girl I hated most. I ignored him all summer. Before school started, he came to my house, helped me pack, and promised my parents he'd take care of me in college. A slap in the face, then a piece of candy, and I still enjoyed it. I kept telling myself he just didn't want to date in high school. That's why he didn't choose me, that it wasn't his fault girls liked him. I lied to myself, believing I was different to him. But the truth was, he didn't like me. He just thought it'd be a pity to lose me. So he trapped me with his vague kindness. Isabel, you hopeless romantic, it's time to wake up. The next day, in the boys' dorm, Jason glanced at the time and shut down his game. Tony peeked out from behind his computer. Jason, why'd you log off? Keep going, class. Jason grabbed his phone and headed out. Seriously? Just a dumb elective. What's the point? Isn't gaming in the dorm more fun? Tony hollered after him. I'd just reached the elective classroom when I got messages from Jack and Jessica. I'm not going to class today. Sign me in. Isabel, Jack and I are going on a date. Sign us both in, thanks. It was a 3-person class, but I was the only one left holding the bag. I angrily typed back a curt, "Oh." Then a familiar voice chimed in. What a coincidence. I looked up, it was Jason. He was in this class too. That was a hell of a coincidence. Mind if I sit here? Jason pointed to the seat beside me. I nodded. After sitting, he said suddenly, Thanks for the water yesterday. My heart skipped. Please don't ask why I brought it. But he didn't. Instead, he pulled out his phone. Let's add each other on WeChat. I blinked at him. Jason grinned. So you can save me a seat next time. I glanced around. Plenty of empty chairs. Did seats here really need saving? The course was film appreciation. The professor usually screened clips. When she put on The Incredible Journey, my gut sank. Seriously? Last week she'd shown 8 Below. I cried at everything. Couldn't hold it back. I bawled like a baby, standing out against all the classmates glued to their phones. Naturally, when it came time to share thoughts, I was the first she called on. Remembering that, I ducked my head, scrolling on my phone instead of watching. Not watching? Afraid you'll cry? Jason asked quietly. How did he know? Right, he must have seen last class. Even worse. I forced a weak laugh. Jason chuckled softly, pulling a pack of tissues from his pocket and placing it in front of me. Go ahead and cry. I've got tissues. After class, I went to wash my face. Crying was unavoidable. The teacher remembered me from last time and even called me out. Isabel, you're always so moved by films. After this one, share the differences between the two. I clearly heard the chuckles ripple through the class. God. Public humiliation much? With no choice, I watched seriously. When I came out of the bathroom, Jason was leaning against the balcony rail, playing on his phone. Nobody else was around. You're still here? I asked, surprised. Jason pocketed his phone, smiling. Waiting for you. Even as we walked side by side back to the dorms, I couldn't figure it out. Why wait for me? Why insist on walking me back? Was he always this considerate? I got lost in thought. Suddenly, a scooter shot out from the corridor. I froze. Jason reacted instantly, yanking me toward him. The rider swerved, panicked. She jerked the handlebars the wrong way and slammed right into Jason's leg. He was in shorts, and his knee was red where it hit. You're really okay? I asked, still worried after the scooter sped off. Sure you don't need a hospital? Jason gave a light laugh. If I went, the doctor would probably tell me 1 more minute, and I'd be fully healed. My cheeks burned. Passing a milk tea shop, I suddenly thought of something. Jason, wait here a sec. I'll be right back. I bought 2 cups of milk tea and asked the clerk for a bag of ice. When I returned, Jason was sitting obediently on a stone bench, waiting. He looked up, lips curving. I thought you went to buy me oranges. He even had the mood to joke. I handed him the ice. Put this on it. If it swells, that won't be good. Jason took it, pressed it against his knee, and still found time to tease me. You care about my leg more than I do. Of course I do. Your legs are for basketball. The departmental tournament was coming up. I couldn't let him miss out because of me. I sat beside him, stuck a straw into my bubble tea, and started sipping while keeping an eye on him. The other cup's yours. Slurp, slurp. Wasn't sure what flavor you liked. Slurp, slurp. So, I just got what I usually drink. Jason tilted his head toward me. Isabel, has anyone ever told you you're really cute? I froze, then nodded reflexively. Yeah. But when his words sank in, My cheeks heated. Was he complimenting me? The air seemed to go still until Jason spoke again. Isabel. Hmm? I turned to him. His eyes caught the dim light, strangely mesmerizing. I was really happy you brought me water yesterday. Next game, come cheer me on again, okay? Jason walked into the dorm with his milk tea. Tony's eyes lit up. Jason, you bought milk tea, was that for me? Get lost. Come on, when'd you get so stingy? Jason ignored him, pulled out his phone, pinned a chat to the top, it was mine, and opened it. My phone buzzed. Jason had sent me a picture. I opened it. The schedule for the departmental cup. I stared at it, lost in thought. From waiting after class, to walking me back, to inviting me to his game. Wasn't Jason being a little too ambiguous? Could he actually like me? No way, we'd only known each other a few days. Must be my imagination. He was probably just a nice guy. Forget it, what bad intentions could a handsome guy have? That night, Jason asked me to duo queue in honor of kings. Jason, let's squad up. I'm a killer marksman. Me. Don't you need to train for the tournament? Work hard. Play hard. Besides, Jason, beating your department? Piece of cake. Me. Ugh, I hate cocky people the most. So, you in or not? Me. I'm in, bro. He went on a killing spree in-game, and all I had to do was coast. Just as one match ended and we were queuing for the next, Jessica came back. She walked straight to me, pulled off my headset. Seriously? Was she crazy? What the hell are you doing? Isabel, did you delete Jack? Yeah? So what? Isabel, are you upset I'm with him? I know you've liked Jack for ages, but it's not your fault. He doesn't feel the same. You don't need to do this. You must be really bored. I glanced at the time, cut her off. Back so early? Didn't Jack have another date lined up after you? What are you talking about? Jessica shrieked. Looked like I'd hit a nerve. Isabel, don't think I don't see it, you're just jealous. Ridiculous. I was about to argue when Jason's voice came through my phone, concerned. Everything okay over there? Only then did I remember the game voice chat was still on. With my headset yanked off, his voice played out loud. Jessica froze, then sneered. So that's why you gave up on Jack. You've already got someone else. Wow. Isabel, you move fast snagging Jason like that. I heard Jason's hard to get. He rejects every girl who tries to add him. What trick did you pull to reel him in so quick? Does he know the basketball guys dared you to seduce him into going easy? What the hell are you talking about? I snapped, exiting the game. Jessica folded her arms, leaning on the desk, giving me a sidelong glare. Am I wrong? I swallowed my anger, pulled up a post, and shoved my phone in her face. It was a karaoke video another girl had shared, singing a duet with Jason. I smirked. Instead of bothering me, maybe you should watch Jack. Looks like your boyfriend's about to have a new girlfriend. She wanted to disgust me? Two could play that game. Watching Jessica's face twist in rage, I smiled in triumph. Fuming, she stormed out to the balcony to call Jack. I steadied myself and checked WeChat. Jason hadn't messaged. He must have heard what Jessica said and gotten upset. I opened our chat, typed something, then deleted it. I wanted to explain, but didn't know how. Suddenly, his message popped up. Jason, Isabel, you writing a thesis in my chat window. I had no choice but to hit send. Sorry, at the friendly match, my teammates were joking about us. That's why I brought you water. But I swear I wasn't trying to get close to you, to make you throw the game. Honestly, I wanted you to crush them, Jason. Oh? Then I guess I owe them thanks? Me. Thanks for what? Jason. Thanks for giving me the chance to meet you. I stared at that line for a full minute. Then I typed, Jason, do you like me? My finger hovered over. Send forever. Finally, I hit it. Regret hit instantly. Too blunt. If I'd misunderstood, we couldn't even stay friends. My phone buzzed. Jason was calling. A voice call. I nearly dropped my phone in panic. Hands shaking, I answered. His voice was smooth as wine, low and steady. I want you to hear it straight from me. Yes, Isabel, I like you. It was true. After the shock and chaos, a spark of joy bubbled up inside, like a buoy bouncing lightly on a lake. Soon, it was game day. The engineering team had the inside court, carrying a bag. I walked past our department seats. Jessica sneered. Some people just can't wait to play servant. Looks like she's here to be the team's errand girl. The girl beside her giggled. Total simp. Doesn't matter how much she buys, Jack will never notice her. Unlike you, Jessica. The words pleased her. Her expression turned smug. Well, Isabel, here to see Lou again? Someone shouted, and the whole team turned, including Jack. His eyes flicked to the stuff in my hands. Unnecessary, Jessica laughed. What'd you buy? If Lou won't drink it, we will. Yeah, don't waste it. At least it's from the heart. A couple of them crowded closer. What the hell? Did I say it was for them? I was just about to speak when a voice cut in. Isabel. Jason strode over, took the bag from my hand, and with his other hand gently clasped my wrist. He smiled at Jack and the others. She's with me. I'm taking her. Then he pulled me toward his team side of the court. Students in the front row whispered when they saw. Jason's teammates grinned knowingly as we approached. Embarrassed, I said. I figured you guys probably had water already, so I bought some sports drinks for everyone. How heavy was this for you to carry? I told you to bring me water, not to play team assistant. Jason's voice carried a hint of sulkiness, like a ruffled rabbit needing comfort. I pulled out a bottle and handed it to him. Here. You're special. Yours is bigger than theirs. Tony sprayed his drink everywhere. Everyone struggled not to laugh. Jason's face turned crimson. Seriously, what were they all thinking? I meant the bigger bottle. The game started, and both teams moved to center court. Jason suddenly spun and shouted toward me. Isabel, watch closely, see how I crush them. In an instant, engineering stands erupted, roaring with excitement. My heart stopped, then pounded wildly. I looked at him on the court, glowing like a star. The game was fierce on both sides. Maybe provoked by his opening words, the other team hounded Jason. The second the ball reached him, they locked him down. Especially Jack. He'd rush across the court just to block him. But Jason kept his cool. If he couldn't shoot, he passed. Couldn't break the inside, he nailed threes from the arc whenever he had a chance. He still ended up top scorer, and their lead never slipped. The other side grew frantic, making more mistakes. Jack fouled out after 5. When Jason's last shot rattled in off the rim, the buzzer sounded. Cheers exploded. Engineering had won. During handshakes, Jason said something to the other side. Jack slammed his water bottle in fury. What'd you say to them? I asked, curiously. Jason leaned down, whispering. I told them I already listened to my girlfriend, and went easy. Otherwise they'd have lost even worse. Brutal. But hey, I never told him to go easy, and I'm not even his girlfriend. You're really full of it. They were picking on you. I wanted to piss them off. Jason looked righteously indignant. Childish. Aren't you gonna praise me? Did I play well today? Jason blinked at me, big-eyed like some oversized pup. I laughed, tossing a towel over his dripping hair. Jason, you were amazing out there. The team insisted on celebrating, dragging me along for late-night food. Isabel, without those drinks you bought, we never would have played so smooth. Yeah, the second you showed up, Lou played like a man possessed. We owe you. No question you're coming. Maybe afraid I'd feel awkward. They kept finding excuses to include me. I glanced at Jason smirking on the side. He scratched his head. If you want to, come with us. New barbecue place near campus. Not far. If you're tired, I'll walk you back. Let's go. I'm starving. At that hour, the barbecue joint was packed. Luckily, it wasn't hot, so we grabbed an outdoor table. A group in jerseys passed by. Tony spotted them and shouted, Well, if it isn't our punching bags. Just our luck it was guys from our department. They glanced at me, then sneered. Isabel, wow. Snagged him already, huh? Jason's face darkened. Watch your mouth. Or tonight, what you lose won't just be a game. They shut up fast. Typical bullies. Make way, boys. Don't just stand around. There's a seat free. Right on time. Our skewers arrived, the owner setting them down. I ignored the others, grabbed a sausage, and bit in. Jessica tugged at Jack's sleeve. Jack, I don't want this. It's low class, filthy, looks gross. Really? It's a barbecue joint. What did she expect? Fine dining. Seeing the owner's face fall, I spoke up. Not at all, boss. It's delicious. Can you cook our eggplant extra soft? Thanks. You got it. My grilled eggplant's the best you'll see. Jason chuckled. Poured my drink full. Careful. Don't burn yourself. Jack shook off Jessica's hand and sat at a nearby table. We're eating here. My treat. Jessica stomped in anger but still followed. So now it wasn't too dirty, huh? Everyone ate and chatted. The mood lively. Suddenly, Tony pointed at me. Aha! No wonder you looked familiar the first time we take the same elective, right? That film, electric film appreciation. I finished for him. Yeah, that. No wonder Jason never skips even without roll call. A chicken claw got shoved in his mouth. Eat. Less talk. Jason wiped his hands with a napkin, then set a plate of peeled lobster meat in front of me. Seeing my wide-eyed stare, he shrugged. Relax. It's clean. I wore gloves. That wasn't my point. Isabel, when we're done, I'll walk you back. I don't like you hanging with these guys so late. What if someone tried something? If your parents knew you were out at this hour with a bunch of guys, they'd worry too. Out of nowhere, Jack appeared. Tony pointed at himself, baffled. Wait, by someone with bad intentions. You mean us? Jason tilted his chin at the next table, scoffing. Jack, think you're qualified to walk her home? I finally swallowed the chewy sweet potato strip. God, so hard to chew. I gave Jack a look like he'd lost his mind. Jack, are you sick? It's 8:30. I'm having barbecue with friends near campus. What exactly should my parents be worried about that I'll gain weight? Jack's table wolfed down their food and left. As Jessica passed, she shot me a vicious glare. As we were leaving, Tony suddenly smacked his forehead. Crap, I'm out of shampoo. Gotta hit the supermarket across the street. Oh yeah, I'm out of toothpaste. What a coincidence. Our dorm's out of bottled water. Let's all grab some. In the end, it was just me and Jason, walking side by side. Seriously, could their excuses be any lamer? All that stuff was sold at the campus store right on their way back to the dorms. The night wasn't exactly quiet, but the air between us felt charged and strange. I broke the silence. Jason, why do you like me? Just because I brought you water? He was handsome and good at basketball. Plenty of girls had brought him water. Why me? Jason stopped walking. That first elective class, I thought. This girl's something else, crying over a movie in class. Your eyes were all red. Your skin so pale. You looked just like a rabbit. When the teacher called on you, and you panicked, you looked even more like one, like a rabbit about to be caught. You said the dogs in the film were cute, but I thought you were cuter. Later, every time I saw you at a game, I played harder. Because you were there. Then I realized you were watching someone else. I didn't know who, but your taste seemed terrible, since none of the guys in your department were worth looking at. Thank God for that friendly match. When you brought me water, I knew my chance had come. Jason's dark eyes were intense. His cheeks tinged red. Jason, you're blushing. You're shy. No, it's the wind. Tsundere. Jason walked me to my dorm. I felt so light I didn't even mind climbing 5 flights, until my phone rang, Jack. Isabel, come down. Same bossy tone as always. I'm busy. I refused. If you don't come down, I'll shout your name until you do. Maniac. I gave in. The second I reached the bottom, Jack grabbed my wrist and dragged me off. Let go! I tried to shake him off, but his grip tightened. Not until we reached a deserted spot did he release me. You and Jason, are you together? His voice was harsh, full of accusation. You deleted me and paraded around with Jason just to piss me off. Huh, Isabel, you've gotten bold. So now you're playing hard to get. That actually made me laugh. I shot back. You think everyone's as scheming as you? Jack suddenly softened. Isabel, you've made your point. Let's be together. What did you just say? I thought I misheard. I said let's be together, he repeated it. What about Jessica? At her name. Jack's tone grew impatient. She's got nothing to do with this. Then he smirked. Casual. Oh, that night at the dinner party I lost a round of truth or dare. It was just a post, just like that. He brushed Jessica aside. Jack stepped closer. Isabel, isn't this what you've wanted all these years? I can give it to you now. His arrogance was like a god bestowing pity from on high. But Jack, I looked him in the eye. I really don't like you anymore. His face shifted. Is it because of Jason? You've only known him a few days. Do you even know what kind of person he is? I stayed calm. What's that got to do with time? We've known each other for years, and only now do I see who you really are. Back in high school, I liked you because in PE you stood up to those jerks from the other class. But now, when your teammates made fun of me, even just as a friend, you should have defended me. You didn't. A guy who doesn't respect women isn't worth my feelings. When I walked away, Jack was still frozen. He looked upset, but I felt nothing but relief. Turns out letting go feels slow, but it also happens in a heartbeat. I checked my phone, several messages from Jason. I'm here. Why aren't you replying? Come on. How do you get lost walking up the stairs? Jason. Here. Me. This place looks delicious. I sent a picture. Jason. Let's go Saturday. Then immediately added, just us two. I couldn't help but laugh. Me. Okay. See? Someone who likes you gives the answer you want without hesitation. I think Saturday will be beautiful. I'm good, and so is he.